What's up, my people who love fiction? Today we're going to be talking about my 2024 goals. Let's get into it. So first things first, I made a whole bunch of goals for 2024. We'll get into my writing specific. I'm also making this video so I can react to it again next year. I already did that this year for my previous 2023 goals, so I'll leave that video in the description box below. But let's get into my goals for this year overview, and then we'll narrow in onto my writing goals. So one of the first goals I made was to decide what hobbies I wanted to pursue over the year. I have a lot of hobbies and things that I enjoy doing. The list goes on, and it's kind of endless, and so sometimes when I'm setting up for a quarter or for the year, it can be really difficult to choose which ones I want to pursue and which ones I really want to focus on. And last year I kind of did a smorgasbord of like everything dependent on what quarter I plan quarterly. So I've chosen specifically to work on 3 hobbies this year. 1, my reading, 2, TV and anime and things like that, and 3, my ASL. Now I chose specifically to do this to narrow in on my creative well, and something that I was really leaning into was my ASL. I've been practicing signing for 2-3 years now, and I love doing it. I'm not fluent or anything, but I do enjoy it. It's a great language, and as a dyslexic person, it's a lot easier to learn than most other languages because it doesn't have a written aspect to it. I chose specifically for my reading goal to read 3 books a month for the year. Now, when I originally made this goal, it's about we're almost done the first month in the year, and I have read 10 books so far. I think 9 or 10 books so far this month. Now, a lot of that is Yona of the Dawn because I've been obsessed. I'll probably make a video here talking about the characters and the world and just how much I love it. I also read a few other books, so I have surpassed my goal so far. I'm not saying that it'll stay consistent, but I'm really happy with how much reading I have gotten done. And I kind of want to slow down the pace a little bit in February since I read my entire novel that I had just written, which is about 130,000 words in raw words. So I'm kind of a little bit tired in a certain sense. But anyways, reading goal is going well. TV, I wanted specifically to focus on learning from the things that I'm watching in a personal sense, and for writing because I enjoy taking characters and understanding their part in things and understanding character arcs and diving into the story and the arcs. Now, I made a life goal and a relationships goal this time, and my life goal mostly is surrounding perfectionism and letting go of things that are just out of my control. I've been really bad at this for a really long time, and so basically the past month has just been me really working on the idea of letting go in a lot of areas of my life, and I've really appreciated that. It's been a great challenge, and I'm hoping to keep working on it. It is a process, a practice of letting go, not just one fell swoop decision. So that's one thing that I've been working on, and I'll continue to work on through the rest of the year. Now, I made a physical goal, and it's a little bit different specifically for this quarter because I decided not to add a couple things in because they just weren't serving me during the winter. It's really hard to go on walks when it's icy on the sidewalks in Canada, and I just wasn't really doing it, and a couple other things. So I let go of some of that, and I wanted to be really mindful about how I was moving my body and a few other things, but for the most part it's just dancing to improve my mental health, working out a longer-ish workout once a week, and being really specific about my going to bed and rising hours. So this is something I've kind of struggled with on and off for about 2 years, I think. Had a hard time where I've gone through phases of being really good at it and then not being great at it, more specifically in the past year and a half. And that means going to bed at 9, waking up at 5. Currently, I like waking up 6, but I have yoga with my sister in the morning, and so getting up at 5 means I can do more before that. So waking and going to bed at the same time consistently as possible is really one of my main goals for physical. It's a physical goal because it does affect me when I don't go to sleep at the proper times and I'm tired all the time, or I'm pushing my body beyond what it can do without that rest, that proper consistent rest. Now let's jump into the writing goals. So I made a writing goal. Biggest writing goal I've made for 2024 is publishing book 2 in the duology, the Soul Chaser duology. So this has been a work in progress for about, I've been drafting this book for 2 years. I had to redraft it, but I'm at the editing phase now, and it'll probably take me a while to edit this book. Currently, it's with my alpha reader. I'm so excited. She's giving me lots of feedback. I'm mostly proud of the progress that I've made since drafting my first novel and publishing my first novel. I've become a much better writer. I mean, I'm still really, really proud of Soul Chaser, but I'm also really excited and proud of the second book. Part of that, though, involves my marketing and social media stuff, which involves YouTube. So I've made the goal to post and upload more videos here on YouTube. I've also restarted a podcast with my sister, and I'm being really, really consistent and better at my content for Instagram. Mostly my focus is going to be on Instagram. If I have to drop something, it'll be YouTube and the podcast over Instagram, because Instagram is where I get most of my readers. But if you are also a reader, don't forget to check out my book. I would love to have some new readers here in the community. I also want to build a better community here. Now, I also have another writing goal, and that is to draft Project Ghost. Now, I've had this story in mind since for probably 3-4 years now. I've had this story in mind, and it kind of goes into the Soul Chaser world. I'm very excited about it. I have started outlining it this week, and I'm looking forward to drafting that. My goal is to draft it during Nano, but I might work on it a little bit before then, mostly to deep dive into characters and get the world fleshed out more to make it a really encompassing story. Now back to publishing book 2. I'm currently in the middle of alpha reader has my book, but then once that happens, I'll be doing my alpha reader edit, where I fix all the things that my alpha reader suggested I fix, and then I'll have my line edit, my personal line edit, probably 1 to 2 times, and then I'll have my beta readers read it, and then it'll go to my editor after I do my beta edits and another line edit probably. So then it'll go to my editor, and my editor will have it for a little while, and I'll be doing some more edits after that, and then it'll go and I'll get my proof copy, and then it'll be published. So I'm hoping to be publishing the second book in December of this year. Or if things don't go according to plan, it'll come out in January of 2025. But hopefully it'll come out in December of this year, 2024. And I'm very excited about it. I have a whole bunch of plans, and I'm so excited for the process the second time around, when I don't have to do all of the setting up the background stuff and I can just bounce off of what I already have. And I hope that everything can go smoothly. If I've got everything in place, I should be able to do Nano this year to draft Project Ghost, but that's just tentative. I might not be able to, or I might be drafting Project Ghost sooner than I had planned. But tentatively, Project Ghost is my Nano project for this upcoming year, which will be the first year I have done a Nano project that isn't Book 2 Project Angel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like writer content or bookish content, be sure to be subscribed and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys very soon with another video.